It is Joanna. Want to sit here and talk to you about work stuff that has happened. I know that I am not the only one where HR has not helped, their boss has not helped, no one's believed them, and it has only made the situation worse. So I've been with my company for approximately 2.5 years. When I interviewed, it was like the best interview ever. The guy that I interviewed with was the one that hired me, and he's like, I love your confidence, and he was so nice and sweet and kind. You know, he was an older guy, kind of had like a little handlebar mustache, you know, a little scatterbrained. I went in, I'm like, I think I could really knock it out of the park at this place. You know, after the interview, I came home and told my husband that, and you know, I thought it was great. So I started, they hired me, right? Best money I've ever made in my entire life. I'm like, this is my dream job. It was hell from day one. He hated me from day one. It was F this and F that person and GD this and GD that person. So I was hired basically to replace the woman that was working with him before. They'd been working together for 20 years. And it seemed like they had a fling on the side because the things that I had seen in that office was not appropriate. You know, weird massages and her feeding him with a fork or a spoon is the weirdest, creepiest stuff I ever had seen. They had 2 desks in the front, a partition, and then me in the back in a corner where no one could see me. No one knew that I was there, and I spent, 2-3 months in a corner, not really having anything to do, begging and pleading, please give me something to do, please train me, please show me how to do this job. And it wouldn't happen. It was F this and F that, and you probably F this up this time, and you know, everything. He's threatening to kick everybody's ass, you know, including mine. You know, he finds out we talk about weightlifting. I like to weightlift. I've been a big weightlifter in my time. And, you know, threatens how he's going to kick my ass. So anyway, shortly thereafter, I really started exhibiting signs of really being sick. Like, I'm sitting at my desk thinking that I'm dying. I'm having neuropathy. Especially my feet, I can't feel them. I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm going to pass out and throw up, and I'm in such pain. I go and lay down in the ladies' bathroom, you know, and no one there is nice to me. And I try to explain that I'm sick and there's something wrong with me and I don't know what it is. At that time, I thought it was just my arthritis. It wasn't just my arthritis. Anyway, I guess one of the ladies that he had worked with for a long time complained that I wasn't friendly enough. Well, God forbid, because I'm a woman, I have to be friendly all of the time. Anyway, he sat me down and he threatened to fire me. And I threatened to take him to HR. And he threatened me that I better not do it. I highly suggest you don't do it. I said, well, I'm doing it anyway. So we went to HR, and he claimed that he didn't know I was going to take him to HR, which he did. So I'm like, you're lying. I just told him, you're lying. You know, also said in the meeting with HR that it didn't matter who they hired, he was not going to be happy with them, no matter what, who that person was, because he just hates everybody. Anyway, upon me going on disability, you know, I'm supposed to be off for 6 months. So I cleaned up all my stuff. I was told by HR and my boss's boss that I wasn't allowed to work 2 days a week. They told me that. And they told me to go on disability instead, which still hasn't been approved. And I highly doubt it's gonna be approved because I'm having problems with them too. So I did exactly what HR told me to do. Now, I would think, since I'm not in constant contact with everyone because we are doing the quarantine thing and working from home, that they would relay that to my boss. When I had a message or a meeting with my boss's boss and HR on the phone, he didn't even bother to attend. He didn't try to call in or participate in it in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. So my last day, he starts emailing me. Well, actually, it started with, he would send me envelopes, and I would work on the packet of information that would come in envelopes. Then we'd courier them back. So I asked him about an approximate time when I would receive the envelope. And then he just responded, please fill me in on your work schedule going forward. I want to hear it directly from you. Which, the way that I take it from him, because, you know, he likes to threaten everybody, was be in a threatening tone. And I told him in my next email, I'm going on disability. Today is my last day. Didn't you know? He said, heard 4 different stories from 4 different people, not sending an envelope today. I'll take care of it from here on in. Do you have anything at your house that I need to bring back here? And there's no way he could have heard it from that many people because it was only between me and HR and my boss. Or my boss's boss, sorry. I'm trying not to reveal names of people, so. And I responded back to him, you know I've been sick and I'm going through a treatment plan. I will be on disability for 6 months. How am I supposed to get work done on my last day? And then I emailed him back again. I offered to work 2 days a week, but HR said no and that they needed the work done. Your boss told me they were going to get a temp to come in. So they didn't need me anyway. They were going to hire someone from a temporary agency to come in and do the work, which it's been almost 2 months and they still haven't done that from what I've been told. So I wrote him back. I wrote him a big long thing, sort of ish, because he's such a bully and he's so mean and he's so cruel. So I wrote, I don't understand why you were so confused and angry. You were on the email chain discussing me not working. See attached. I attached the whole email chain for him just in case he forgot, because he doesn't like to read his emails either. He said, you never replied. You weren't even on the call that your boss set up with HR. Same email you were copied on. I had to ask someone to reply to me and no one did. Then I had to ask in the morning meeting to get some kind of response. I sent 2 emails that I was sick. See attached. Attached another email. You didn't check once to see how I was. In fact, the only time you've ever responded is when I have copied Matt, who's my husband, on the emails. Even my texts go unanswered. So I did a video a couple months ago about me begging and pleading for someone to respond to my email about being sick, and then having to ask, you know, in a production meeting, hey, can we talk about this? This is really necessary. And I was blown off. I said, do you think I asked for this illness? Do you think I like it? You've never even believed me. I've seen you roll your eyes at me, and you've even threatened to fire me when I was sick. Who does that? I am in constant pain. At some point every day, I get debilitating pain. I know you don't care, but it's the truth. I get that I should have told you because you're my supervisor, but you don't even seem like it matters either way. Your boss and HR filled you in, I'm sure. You had ample opportunity to reach out like a supervisor should, and you were kept in the loop via email, but decided not to participate. My husband is a hiring manager and would never treat his employees that way. I know that you're pissed and you hate me. It's fine. I hope you get over it before I come back. Not for my sake, but for yours, because I'm over all of your vitriol. Sincerely, Joanna Orgavan. Well, he wrote me back, and he didn't even respond to anything that I said in the email, and it's weird stuff. He told me in this email is way out of line and completely irresponsible. You don't know how I feel, and at no time did I ever threaten to fire you. I really haven't had the luxury of time over the last few days. If you look back at your time here, I tried to get you into as many things as I could. I always answered any questions, supported any time off that you needed. I let you work independently, didn't hover over you, and treated you as an adult. Well, damn, I sure hope you would, considering like I'm a woman in my mid-40s and should be treated like an adult, because I'm perfectly competent. Who does that anyway? Who says that? What kind of supervisor? I treated you like an adult. Anyway, I've tried to lay a path for you to succeed with this company after begging and pleading and say, hey, can we do this? And hey, can we do that? Well, we'll get to it. A year later, we still haven't gotten to anything. Your favorite way of passing information or concerns has always been by going over my head instead of addressing issues with me. He's referring to the one time that I took him to HR that I did tell him that I was going to do. Don't make presumptions on my feelings. You have no idea. Vitriol, really? In 25 years of supervision, I have never heard anything near your remarks, because everybody was terrified of him, that's why. Wasn't even aware Matt was on some of the emails and not sure why. Hope your treatment works. So I had one response for him. Me having to go on disability is not going over your head, because I'm pretty sure that's what he was referring to as the always also, the second part, going over his head. I disagree with 99% of this, but thanks for the reply. So I'm sure that there are a lot of people out there that have problems with their bosses. So I just want to let you know you're not alone. And, I'm sorry if your work situation is really sucking, because it can make this disease so much worse. Just the stress of being around someone who is so negative all the time and is hateful and has nothing but hate in their heart. And you hear it for, 8 hours a day. It's overwhelming, and I'm sorry that you have to go through that. So I just want to let you know out there that you're not alone, and there's lots of us out there that have been through it, and sometimes it's better to just move on. So I will see you later, peeps. Thanks.